17. 2016 Warriors, 73 wins, 0 finish. The best regular season ever became the most famous collapse in NBA history. The Warriors went 73-9, broke Jordan's record. Unstoppable. Then the finals began. Up 3-1 on LeBron. One win away. Then Draymond Green kicked. Suspended. Bogut got hurt. LeBron dropped back-to-back 41-point games. Kyrie hit the dagger, and in Game 7, Steph missed everything. The block, the shot, the collapse. Golden State had the greatest season ever, but no ring to prove it. No one remembers the wins. They remember 3-1, 18, 2003 Magic, the T-Mac curse. Tracy McGrady was a scoring god who never made it out of round one. T-Mac averaged 32.1 points per game in 2003, led the league, carried the Magic to a 3-1 lead against the Pistons. Then they lost 3 straight. The Magic disappeared. So did McGrady's playoff hopes. Not just that year, every year in Orlando. No help, no system, just highlight reels and heartbreak. He once said it felt good to get out of the first round before they lost Game 7. A Hall of Famer, trapped in purgatory. 19. 2020 Clippers. Bubble frauds Kawhi and PG were supposed to run LA. Instead, they ran from Denver. The Clippers talked big. We're built for this. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Pat Beverly. Trash talk, shutdown defense, finals expectations. Then came the bubble. No crowd, no chemistry. Up 3-1 on the Nuggets, and then they melted. Game 7, PG hit the side of the backboard. Kawhi went scoreless in the fourth. Jokic outclassed them. The title window slammed shut. No parade, no glory, just silence. 20. 1995 Bulls. Jordan wasn't ready. Jordan came back, and the Magic ended the story early. After 17 months away, Jordan returned in March 1995. Not as number 23, as number 45. The Bulls looked shaky. In the playoffs, they faced Shaq and Penny. Game 1, Jordan fumbled the ball. Game 6, the Magic closed them out. For the first time, the myth cracked. MJ wasn't invincible, not yet. That loss lit a fire. The next year, 72 wins. But in 1995, Jordan bled. And the world saw it. Not every secret is scandal. Some are heartbreak, and this one cut deep. 21. 1985. Hawks, cocaine and collapse. Dominique Wilkins could soar, but behind him, the Hawks were spiraling toward disaster. Dominique Wilkins was a highlight machine. Windmill dunks, 30-point nights, all-star buzz. The Hawks had young legs and rising talent. But off the court, the team was unraveling. Multiple players were linked to the NBA's growing drug epidemic. Locker room tension turned toxic. Several promising careers were derailed. Atlanta kept making the playoffs, but never broke through. By the late 80s, their best chance at contention was gone. Wasted not by losses, but by scandal. The team flew high on talent, but crashed from everything else. 22. 2009 Hornets. Chris Paul's exit was inevitable. Chris Paul was too good, and New Orleans was too broken to keep him. Chris Paul was in his prime. 22 points, 11 assists, first-team All-NBA. But the Hornets weren't a real contender. The team was bleeding money. The roster was shallow. Tyson Chandler was traded for financial relief, not basketball. By 2010, ownership became so unstable, the NBA itself took over the franchise. CP3 had no choice. The league blocked his trade to the Lakers, then sent him to the Clippers. It wasn't just a star leaving a team. It was the league stepping in because the franchise had collapsed. 23. 2011 Bulls. Derrick Rose's knee changed. Everything. Derrick Rose was MVP. Then one step ended the Bulls' future. In 2011, Derrick Rose was unstoppable. Youngest MVP in NBA history. Chicago won 62 games. The East looked wide open. But 1 year later, in the first round of the playoffs, Rose tore his ACL on a meaningless play. He'd never be the same. The Bulls lost the series, and their dynasty never came. Joakim Noah declined. Luol Deng got traded. The front office never rebuilt correctly. One non-contact injury didn't just derail a season, it erased a generation of Bulls' hope. 24. 1980s Mavericks. Talent wasted by chaos. Dallas had the pieces. The front office tore it all apart. The 1980s Mavericks had everything. Mark Aguirre, Rolando Blackman, Sam Perkins, Derek Harper. They made 7 straight playoff appearances. Even pushed the Showtime Lakers to 7 games in the 1988 Western Conference Finals. But behind the scenes, it was chaos. Front office drama, player feuds, questionable trades, and then they shipped off Aguirre mid-prime. The chemistry vanished. By 1990, they were a lottery team. Dallas could have been a Western power. Instead, they burned their foundation from the inside. 25. 1994. Nuggets. Cinderella with no sequel. They made history. Then the league forgot they ever existed. The 1994 Denver Nuggets were the first 8 seed to ever beat a 1 seed. Dikembe Mutombo, clutching the ball on the floor, became an instant classic. They pushed the Jazz to 7 in the next round. Cinderella was real. But the magic ended there. The next season, they missed the playoffs. Injuries piled up. Roster changes broke chemistry. By 1997, they had the worst record in the league. No banner, no sequel, just a memory. One that barely lasted beyond the buzzer. Think that was bad? The next team's truth was buried for a reason. 26. 2022 Nets. Kyrie, KD, Harden, and nothing word count. 15. The Nets built a super team. Instead, they built one of the biggest flops in NBA history. Word count, 120. The Brooklyn Nets had 3 Hall of Famers: Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Kevin Durant. But they never became a real team. Injuries, ego, off-court drama. Kyrie refused the vaccine. Harden quit mid-season. Durant demanded a trade. They played only 16 games together. That's it. 1 playoff series win. No finals. No banners. Just headlines. Steve Nash was in over his head. The front office had no control. And when it all crumbled, they left nothing behind. No culture. No identity. Just an empty arena and a shattered dream. 27. 2006 Lakers. Kobe versus Smush Parker. Word count, 13. Kobe dropped 81 in a season where his second best player was Smush Parker. Word count, 120. Kobe Bryant averaged 35.4 points per game in 2006. He carried a broken roster to 45 wins. His starting point guard, Smush Parker. His big man, Kwame Brown. It wasn't a rebuild, it was a punishment. Kobe was in his prime and stuck in purgatory. He scored 81, dropped 62 in 3 quarters. But come playoffs, the Lakers blew a 3-1 lead to the Suns. Kobe walked off Game 7 without shooting. The message was clear. He needed help. And that era of Lakers basketball was nothing but wasted years. 28. 1991 Pistons. Refused to shake hands. Word count, 14. The bad boys ruled the 80s. Then walked away as sore losers in 91. Word count, 118. Detroit built its name on pain. Lane Beer, Rodman, Isaiah. Elbows, fouls, fear. They won back-to-back titles by beating people down. But in 1991, Michael Jordan got his revenge. The Bulls swept them, and the Pistons walked off without shaking hands. No respect, no sportsmanship, just silence and scowls. The league never forgave them. Their image went from tough to toxic. Within 2 years, the roster was gone. The coach fired, the run over. They didn't just lose a series, they lost their legacy. the Pistons made history, then erased their own name.